Now, a large majority of Kenyans feel that the country is headed in the wrong direction. This is according to the latest survey by InfoTrack, where only 15% of Kenyans feel the country is headed to the right direction. The survey released today further showed that 73% of Kenyans do not support the Finance Act 2023. That is currently suspended by the court. Alice Diana kickstarts our bulletin with the following report.
With the Kenya Kwanza government having been in power for 10 months now, since taking over from the previous Jubilee government, majority of Kenyans feel the country is headed to the wrong direction. A new survey released by InfoTrack shows that at least 72% feel the country is not headed to the right direction, while 15% are okay with the direction the country is taking. The respondents who feel the country is headed to the wrong direction cited the high cost of living at 93%, unemployment at 23%, poverty at 19%, and poor governance at 14%. Other reasons were bad politics, rampant corruption, poor quality of education, high taxation, poor infrastructure, increased insecurity, and tribalism.
Region-wise, how does it populate? Wrong direction. The highest score came from Nyanza at 82%, followed by Western, which had 79%. The region that had a little bit lower score compared to the overall was Central at 61%, followed by Northeastern that recorded 67%. For those who opined the country is headed in the wrong direction.
InfoTrack also stated that 34% of the respondents who feel the country is headed in the right direction cited that the executive is working well, 29% because there is peace in the country, 19% because the cost of living is affordable, and 14% because their candidate is in power.
What of the right direction? The highest score came from Central at 22%. Those who believe the country is headed in the right direction. And this was followed by Northeastern at 21% and Rift Valley at 19%.
75% of those unhappy with the direction the country is taking think the president is responsible for the wrong direction, while 85% of those happy with the country's direction think the president is responsible for the right direction.
The president was mentioned by 81% as a figure that contributes to the country headed into the right direction, and that was mentioned by the 81%. The citizen, us, wananchi, they contribute to 8%. Parliament was mentioned by 3%. Then the executive, which include the ministers or the cabinet secretaries, at 3%. Religious leaders at 1% and opposition 1%. This 1% was also shared with the county assemblies. The president is a double-edged sword, according to the Kenyans. He was mentioned by 75% as the main reason the country is headed into the wrong direction. The executive had 9%, parliament 4%, us citizens 3%, then of course all leaders and the opposition shared 1% each.
According to the InfoTrack research, the high cost of living and unemployment are the two top issues that Kenyans want addressed urgently. The need for cost of living to be addressed has increased by 13% since March this year. The main causes of the current high cost of living, according to the respondents interviewed, are increased fuel prices, high taxation, and inflation. Concerning the Finance Act 2023, that its implementation has currently been suspended by the court, the polls showed that 73% of Kenyans don't support the Finance Act, with the majority coming from Nyanza, Western, Nairobi, Eastern, and the Coast region. The survey was conducted from July 3rd to July 8th this year and had a sample size of 2,400. Kenyans aged above 18 years drawn from across the 47 counties were interviewed, with data collection being done through telephone interviews. Alice Diana, Hope TV News Watch.